pull it up. You know I had to pull something like this up. You feel me? You know we got to get into this. Peace, God. Peace, prevail, A. Williams. So look, I had to pull this up because my boy Kanye West, he been talking about some shit that niggas really need to be aware of. And when he's talking about these Jewish motherfuckers is what you will consider. You feel me? They will be considered level 4 and up. You see what I'm saying? Not even level 4 and up. My bad. They would be considered level 6 and up. So Kanye West been talking about the Jewish media. Hold on, let me choose a different asset for y'all real quick. I got y'all. My boy don't cap. You see what I'm saying? My boy don't cap. You feel me? And ever since he said, Kanye West, this is the reason why I call him Black Moses. If you think about it, right? Let's treat the industry, right? Let's treat the industry. Let's treat the system. Let's treat the system as Egypt, right? We know the story of Moses, right? His mama sell him off as a baby and shit, and the queen of Egypt ended up finding him, taking him in as her son or whatever. He ends up becoming, one of the princes of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? And to a certain extent, that's how Kanye West is. You see what I'm saying? With his parents, his mom, being all his, people's being a freedom fighter, especially, his dad, him, it was like they sent him off into the industry. You see what I'm saying? And he got taken in by the industry. But, we all know Kanye since, the jump. The shit he's talking about now, everything that he's been on this for the longest. The nigga been on this since before he started rapping. So, sending him into the industry, Kanye West been talking about this type of shit. And, the moment he took it too far was back in 2016 when he was on stage. When he was on stage, he started talking all this stuff. And then shortly after, the next night, he ended up in a psych ward. Look how they do him. Because he was just speaking the truth. All my boy was doing was speaking the truth. And, that's when they got him. And they put him under whatever the fuck they put him under. We all assume that it's MK Ultra. MK mind control. You see what I'm saying? Mind control. Control with a K. Excuse me. And we know that, like, my boy has been, he been under this like barrier for a minute, and now he's finally breaking through it again. We're seeing the Kanye y'all seeing is the Kanye that y'all seen years ago. You see what I'm saying? This is the Kanye that we're seeing from years ago, the real Kanye. And like I said, when you hear him speak about the Jewish media, that's a very big thing to speak about, because we know that the gay Jewish mafia, that's what they really are. The gay Jewish mafia runs the entire industry. Not only do they run Sony, Paramount, Fox, Comcast, Warner Bros., and Walt Disney, they also own all your record label companies like Sony Music, Universal Music, and I think it's a third music label. It's 3 music labels. Specifically, Universal Music Group runs the whole music industry. Like, they run Interscope Records, they run Atlantic Records, they run Death Row Records, they run all these other record labels. You feel me? They are ran by the Universal Music Group, and this is once again your Jewish media. They're filtering the media. American media is filtered. It's filtered to keep us asleep. It's filtered to keep us stuck in a state of fear. False evidence appearing real. Oh, let me go and get fire on y'all real quick. They like, damn, this nigga smoking the black. You didn't think I had to, did you? Hold on. But yeah, though, the Jewish media is definitely a real thing going on. And then I wanted to speak on, hold on, y'all, what he was talking about DEFCON 3. He said he was going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Now, DEFCON, if we look at DEFCON 3, what does DEFCON 3 mean? DEFCON is levels of security for our country. DEFCON 3 is like medium. You see what I'm saying? It says it right there. Increase in force readiness above that required for normal readiness. Air Force ready to be mobilized in 15 minutes. So you just preparing, like you ready to get ready to mobilize for war. And that's what Kanye West means. He's when he said he's going DEFCON 3, he's preparing to go to war. He told folks that he's going to go to war. And he told niggas they're going to have to kill him. Yeah, Kanye West said this before they took down the Drink Champs interview. I mean, the Drink Champ, and it's still out there. Everybody recorded that shit. He's told them folks they're going to have to kill him. He's going to war about this shit. He's preparing for war. He already got the money. Now he's ready to go to war. So when he said that, that was kind of a big thing. But it wasn't a racist thing, though. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't a racist thing, though. He's just tired of being enslaved by a group of people that don't care about us. That's the reason why they enslave us. So it's like, when he speak, y'all should know that this shit is facts, because now look what happened. Everybody has dropped Kanye, bro. They're talking about canceling. They're trying to cancel Kanye so bad, not knowing they ain't doing nothing but adding more clout to his publicity. They ain't doing nothing but adding more clout to his name and his publicity. They ain't doing nothing but making him bigger by saying we gonna cancel him. All these companies don't cut ties and cut contracts with him to let him go, and they ain't do nothing but make his name bigger. And then didn't do nothing but confirm the fact that everything he said was facts, nigga. And then the part where people got mad because he talking about how they saying how hold on, y'all. They were saying how Kanye West, right? They were saying how like he's apologizing. There was people like the house Negroes, put it like that. The black people. See, I don't call myself black. We are brown people over here in this community. We brown because we don't look black. Black what happened to be the pants I got on. We are not that. We are different shades of brown. That's all we are. We are different shades of brown. So anybody that calls themselves black is the house Negro term, and brown is the original term for us. So people got mad because they like he apologizing to the Jewish community, but he can't apologize to the black community. First of all, we're not a black community, we're a brown community. Second of all, when he made the White Lives Matter t-shirt, it was a parody. And what is a parody? A parody is like, let's say I take the movie Menace to Society, but I turn it into something else. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's the movie Menace to Society, but it's a lot of parodies and jokes in there. It's not as serious as the real movie. It's more funny. You see what I'm saying? And it was like a parody to Black Lives Matter because it was a joke basically, because Black Lives Matter is ran by white people. So I don't even know why niggas got mad at him about that, not knowing BLM is ran by white people. It's been gentrified by the White Lives Matter. You see what I'm saying? So it's like niggas got mad at him because he was really making a joke, and he was making a joke to get your eyes on him so he could say what he has to say. You see what I'm saying? So it's like everybody taking shit too heavily when it comes to Kanye. The only thing they should be taking heavily is the words that's coming out of his mouth in these interviews, because he's not capping in these interviews. And then I see people talking about Kanye West. He made a comment to Emmanuel, I think it's Ari Emmanuel or something like that. Emmanuel Ari or some shit. One of the CEOs talking about like the money. He was like, the money ain't the money don't make me or whatever. He's like it ain't about the money. And people was talking about how is it not about the money, but Kanye West talking about if you're not as rich as me, you can't talk to me or none of that. I mean, if we being honest, if you worth $2 billion, $3 billion, who could give you some type of advice to better your life? Nigga, you the one with $3, $4, $5 billion. You the one with the advice that could change anybody like to get a quick million. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's just establishing himself because he says, you got to remember it. Even though Kanye West is a billionaire, they're still treating him like he's one of us. Like he ain't got no money or nothing. JP Morgan Chase Bank just canceled ties with him. They don't even want the banks don't even want his money no more. The banks don't even want his money. That's what I'm saying. That's how real it has gotten. He's sacrificing his career in his life to put out this truth for us to take and carry on and move forward. Then I seen people getting mad about the George Floyd comments when he said George Floyd died of they injected him with fentanyl. They really did, nigga. I have the actual. It says it right here. Fact check. Did George Floyd have fatal levels of fentanyl and crystal meth in his system? Yes. According to more than one scientific expert, Floyd had levels of fentanyl considered fatal to an average man in his in his system upon his death. Upon his death. Y'all really think Kanye West is lying? Nigga, they was saying this shit when George Floyd first died. I know some of y'all remember this, bro. I know some of y'all do. When George Floyd first died, they was talking about fentanyl. They was talking about how he was on fentanyl back then, bro. And they said when they did the autopsy, they found out he had fentanyl in his system, and that was a cause to why he died. It wasn't the knee on his neck or whatever. And then when niggas started finding that out, that's when they wanted to say, yeah, it was the knee that killed him, not the fentanyl. Here's another one. A full autopsy report on George Floyd, a man who died after being restrained by Minneapolis police last month. Let me move. I can't move my head. Last month, he was tested positive for SARS-CoV that causes COVID-19. Also, and it says the 20-page report also indicates that Floyd had fentanyl and methamphetamine in his system at the time of his death. They injected him with that. That's why when they had the video, you can only see half of his body. You can only see half of his body outside outside the car. Like, you know, they had him by the car. They had one foot on his neck. The other officer was behind him, but they was like, the rest of his body was cut off by the whip, because, you know, the rest of his legs and shit and his body was behind the whip. All you could see was like his upper body and his head and shit and his arms. So you couldn't even see what was going on behind the whip. So yes, you know, when Kanye West said that they injected him with fentanyl, he wasn't lying about that. It's in the autopsy report, my nigga. So that's what I'm saying. They didn't kill him with no knee. You see what I'm saying? They didn't kill him with no knee. They killed that nigga with drugs. And they use that as a way. They use the knee. Let me say it again. They use the knee quote to spark up the Black Lives Matter shit. They wanted to do that, so that way they could turn around and then take the Black Lives Matter shit and profit off of it. Now look who it's ran by. So when it comes to Kanye West, you know, Kanye West was sent to this industry, Egypt. He ended up getting so far up there. He like the king. He like the king, one of the king's princes of the industry, like Moses. Now look, and then you remember Moses. When Moses seen his people, when he found out, you know, his brothers and sisters, his real blood brother and his real blood sister were slaves of Egypt. And I also I'm gonna do another live about how Egypt is fake, bro. Egypt is not. That's not for us. The Atlantean story, that's us. The Egyptian story was made to take our minds off the Atlantean shit, and they added the fake story of Atlantis being sunken in the ocean to further make us forget about that. They further strayed us away from who we truly are. We are Atlanteans. This is why in America you have a place in America called Atlanta, which is in Georgia on the 33rd parallel. And you also have the Atlantic Ocean right next to Atlanta. We are the Atlanteans. We are not the Egyptians, bro. So, you know, with the Egyptian story, you had these slaves, right? Moses seen these slaves and it got to him. And Moses said, fuck that. I can't do this no more. He sacrificed his whole legacy of being a pharaoh and ruling over Egypt. He sacrificed all that to free his people. And that's what Kanye West is doing. He is sacrificing his career. He is sacrificing his legacy in that career field to free his people, to fight for his people, to speak for his people. And then what Moses do? Moses ended up going off into the desert for a good minute. That's what happened to Kanye West. He ended up going off to the desert for a good minute. Then he found the staff, and then he had a talk with God. Then God told him, you know, take this staff. This staff is from me, and this staff will do anything. You know, this staff can do very great things that you have never seen before through my will and through my power, the power of God. So he took that staff, and then he went back to Egypt. And he told the Pharaoh, free my people, or I will bring the 12, you know, was it 9? I think I'm tripping. Is it 10 or 9? The 10 biblical plagues or the 9 biblical plagues. I will bring many plagues upon Egypt. And that's kind of what Kanye West is doing right now. He came back and he telling all this shit now. You feel me? He got all these people, you know, he telling the industry, free my people. This is kind of what this is right now. You see what I'm saying? That's why I named it. That's why I put the name right there, Black Moses. Now y'all can call me crazy. Y'all can call me whatever you want. You feel me? But this is the story that I'm seeing right now. And Kanye West is the messenger. That's why he keep calling himself. He said, I'm just the messenger. He not even the actual nigga that's giving the orders about this shit. The head honcho. And see, what people don't know is we have our own plants in the industry. We have inside men that's inside their industry, inside their CIAs, inside their FBIs, inside their, in the Pentagon, inside their KGB, the DGI. We have our own inside men. Kanye West is one of them. He told him, he the messenger. He said, just free my people. Moses was the messenger for God to free the people. When they didn't want to listen, what Moses do with that staff? That nigga turned the water to blood red. Nigga, the motherfucking locust came. Then the spirit of God himself came through the village, nigga, and killed every firstborn child that was, you feel me? Even though that was fucked up, I'm not sure why you would have to do that. But you had to cover your doors in lamb's blood. That's what's taking place right now. And Kanye West is telling them, free my people, or he's saying it in a nice way. He's basically saying, free my people, or we going to war. And it would be a great wrath brought upon the industry, bro. The industry, the elites, and let me go back here. The industry and the elites, bro. And then who runs the world? You see at the very top. See, this was what I didn't know. This is how you know the world is ruled by a nigga that look just like us. He has the same skin. He has the same hair. Satan. He go by many names. Because the many names is the names he took on when he reincarnated in the flesh. So the first time he reincarnated, he was Satan. Then when he got sent out of heaven down to here, you feel me? He was named, whatever they would call him, like Israel or something. Or they would name him motherfucking Yakub or Jacob. You see what I'm saying? He took on all these many names. Prometheus, Draco. You see what I'm saying? Zeus. When he got sent from the heavens to the earth, when he got to the earth, he took on the name Zeus. Then when his ass got beat at Zeus, that's when he took on the other name, is Jacob. You feel me? And then Jacob wrestled with the angels. Like, he took on all these different names because these were his different times of reincarnation on this planet, keeping rule over this planet and keeping the people asleep. And when you see the white pope, which is your Pope Franciscus, the nigga that you see now, then you have the Antichrist, which would, we know who the Antichrist is. And then you see the black pope. Niggas ain't never seen a black pope. Tell me, have you seen a black pope before? And I ain't talk about they ain't talk about a pope with the white gown. They talk about a pope with the black gown. No, they're talking about an actual brown-skinned pope. Yeah, but we ain't never seen this nigga. The only pope that we seen was the white pope. Then you got the Vaticans, the Holy Roman Merovingian. Ooh, I don't even know how you say that. Zionist New World Empire, political Zionism, Bilderbergers, Business Advisory Council, Councils on Foreign Relations. Council on Foreign Relations. This is why Jewish people run the world. There's the people that run the world are not even American. Look at the director. Look at the director of the League of World. I can't even get out. But look at the director of the World Health Organization. He's not American. Look at the director of Pfizer. He's not American. Look at the head honcho of the United Nations. He's not American. He ain't black. They either Jewish, Arabian, or they're Caucasian. Which would be your Europeans, the British Royale, your Royal Europeans. So these the motherfuckers that are running the world, and they foreign as hell. You see what I'm saying? And then you got your Federal Reserves and central banks. You got your United Nations, Common Market, and Atlantic Union. Atlantic Union. Here we go with the Atlantic shit again. Atlantis. We are on Atlantis. Now, what they told you is Atlantis was an empire. You have kingdoms, but you got empires. There's a difference between a kingdom and an empire. A kingdom consists of a huge village or city of people. An empire is like a country, nigga. This contains multiple kingdoms, which would the United States, like you got the states of the United States, Mississippi, Tennessee, Michigan, California, your 50 states. These your 50 kingdoms, your 50 different kingdoms. Then you got the empire that runs the kingdom, which is United States. Or, my bad, the United Kingdom runs the United States. The United States is just a corporation, not a country. Let's just say the same thing worked when it came to these different pantheons, where you hear about the Phoenicians, the Sumerians, the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Persians. These were different kingdoms. Then you had an empire, which is basically the whole fucking planet. The empire, or not even just the planet, the 7 continents. These 7 continents were originally this whole land over here on this planet. These 7 continents, because it's surrounded by 3 ice rings. This is Atlantis. The whole 7 continents is named Atlantis, bro. This is an empire. They strayed us away from learning that. They strayed us away from all. They said all the continents was put together and it was called Pangea. No, it was not called Pangea. It was called Atlantis. Then you had your 7 different continents that had all your different kingdoms that consisted of Atlantis. And one of your greatest kingdoms had, you had your greatest kingdom, the Babylonians, the Sumerians. You had your, I don't even know what you call them in Chinese and shit. They had their little dynasties and shit. The Great Wall of China shit. You had your Amazonians, your Phoenicians, your Greeks. You had your Celtics or whatever they call them. You had the Egyptians. These were all different kingdoms that was under one big empire known as Atlantis. But a great war came amongst all these kingdoms. That's what happened. A great war came amongst all these kingdoms. And through this war, those that have been losing, because we have lost, those that have been losing have ended up becoming prisoners of war, aka slaves. That's the scientific or the American term for prisoners of war, which is slaves. And that's what happened. It was a big war that went amongst. I'm not sure how it broke out. I still can't tell you that yet, but I know that it was a war amongst all these kingdoms. It had to be, bro. Because this is still the physical realms too. This is still the physical realms. So anything that takes place on the physical, it's already happened. It's already happened in the astrals or the heavens. So that's what I'm saying. There was war in the heavens, and the war had reached the physical. After the war was done in the heavens, it trickled down into the physical, and now this is where we at today through the results of this war. And looking at all that, this is why it's kind of hard to go back. Well, they make it seem like it's hard to go back and find the research or the artifacts that's been taking place in these in these eras with the Atlanteans, the Egyptians. They try to make it seem like it's kind of hard to find. You see what I'm saying? Or it's like a lot of stuff got destroyed or eroded away. No, a lot of this stuff they can tell you. They just choose to play the mystery game. This is why they make money off the shit through the History Channel. They fake ass History Channel with ancient aliens and all this other bullshit. They make money off that shit. They keep playing dumb to keep making money off people when they could just tell people what really happened. And a lot of shit that was a lot of technology that was being used back then is still here right now. This is why technology is the way it is now. They could have made all this stuff look completely different with the technology they got. And they could have made all this shit eco-friendly instead of making shit that destroys the planet and constantly takes from the planet. and pollutes the planet. But nope, but they could have just made a planet where everything that was built was eco-friendly and it helps the planet. They could do that. They have the technology to do that, but they don't want to. That's what I'm saying. We are in prison right now. We are planning a breakout. This is why the heavens been rumbling so much lately. This is why y'all been seeing so much shit going in the skies lately. This is why so much shit has been coming out the ocean lately. I talked about the ocean. This is why ships, this is why they call UFOs ships. They don't come out the sky. They come out the ocean. Now, whatever you seeing in the sky, it could be extraterrestrial, but most likely it could also be government-made objects. These could be government vehicles that they ain't never classified or they ain't never declassified to the public. So we probably seeing shit, the shit we do see in the sky, it might be a government vehicle, but we over here thinking it's aliens. When the real extraterrestrials coming out the ocean. This is why they can't tell you about the ocean, but they could tell you about space all day. So, you know, with Kanye West going about this situation, I can tell you right now, Kanye West is going to win this battle. Despite the world is against Kanye, right? Like, this nigga, it's Kanye, like, nigga, everybody is against Kanye, nigga. That's what I'm saying. But he's going to win this battle. Because he told people he's just a messenger. He going to be protected. This nigga's going to be protected. He's going to be guided through this shit fully to the end, bro. And the industry, like I said, the industry is scared right now. Because this nigga Kanye is so dangerous. This is why they say Kanye is dangerous to the industry. He keeps talking no matter what they do to him, bro. And it's like at this point, they can't kill him. Because if they kill him, we really gonna know what's going on. We all gonna know what's going on. It's gonna be too, even for the motherfuckers that sleep, even they gonna get suspect. They like, damn, Kanye West just died all of a sudden after making them comments and shit. They like, oh yeah, something was going, yeah. Hold on, them comments might have been real. It might have been facts. Niggas might get to think. That's what I'm saying. They can't just do that. So the only thing they could do is cancel him from the industry and try to end his career and try to make him go broke, and that's not gonna work. And like I said, for the George Floyd family to be mad at him because all he said was he made a theory. It was a theory. It was an opinion and it was a theory. All he said was they injected him with fentanyl. It's not like he said he was supposed to die or that nigga should have died or fuck that nigga. It's not like he said that. He just said they injected him with fentanyl. He said that George Floyd had said they need a tall, strong man like me, and he said that they said that George Floyd resembled Virgil Abloh or some shit like that in the Drinks Champ interview. That's what Kanye West said. And like I said, with the fentanyl shit was what tripped him out though. And I'm like, bro, this is facts. Once again, let me pull it back up. Yes, according to more than one scientific expert, George Floyd had levels of fentanyl considered fatal to an average man in his. They ejected him with that shit. And with the Jewish media, let me bring it back up one time. You feel me? Look at this. The Bilderberg meetings. Come on, man. They even got MLK up there. Damn. Ain't no way they doing my baby MLK like that and JFK. Come on now. They can't do him like that. But hey, look, Disney. Come on now. Look at the colors. Do y'all see the colors? The LGBTQT shits. You feel me? Come on now. Let me pull up another one for y'all. Hold on. Hello. Let me pull up another one for y'all real quick. Y'all see this shit, bro? The world, every company is ran by elite societies. They're not even secret societies because they can't keep themselves secrets. We was gonna find this shit out eventually. They can't keep themselves secrets because they So smart, they dumb. They too smart for their own good. Every company that you see on your phone, TV, out in the open world is ran by Masonic societies, bro. Satanic societies, Luciferian societies. Cabal societies. They are ran by these sick societies that want to keep control over the world, to continue to fill up their greed, their egos, their bodies with adrenochrome and negative energy. Like, they feed off that. They think like these is the biggest the World Health Organization, United Nations, Bilderberg, motherfucking the Freemasons, the Eastern Stars, the Illuminati, you feel me? Your motherfucking the Knights of Templar, the Cabal, all these motherfuckers, the Roman Empire, you feel me? The Catholic Society, all these motherfuckers are the biggest murderers, liars, thieves, rapists, and cannibals on the planet. They sacrifice, peace, Cosmic Draco, peace, God. They sacrifice the children. This is how they are able to make their companies make all this money and blow and get all this attention, because they make sacrifices through blood daily to Satan. They have to keep him in the draconian reptilians that are under Satan. You see what I'm saying? They are above the elites. The elites got to tap in with the Dracos, and the Dracos got to tap in with Satan. The Dracos, you lizards, you feel me? These motherfuckers they gotta tap in with Lucifer. But these the motherfuckers that the elites gotta keep fed. They gotta keep these Dracos fed in order for them to have these abilities, these spiritual abilities gifted to them by the Dracos, to make the society that we're living in, and to make the money, and to be on top of. This is how they're on top of the world right now, through constantly making sacrifices, blood sacrifices. Or should I say blood offerings? They sexually abuse the children through sex trafficking, and our women. They're trying to transhumanism. They're trying to turn men into women by doing womb removals on real women and putting them in men, and synthetically creating a womb where they can give fake births and shit. Men can give fake, but like, that shit is wild. So like, this is what we in right now. This is the word. Like, y'all should have known aliens was on this planet when they started doing transhumanism shit, trying to turn motherfuckers into robots and shit, and motherfuckers trying to turn men into women and women. That's some alien shit, or extraterrestrial shit right there. Some sick extraterrestrial shit. That's what that shit is, y'all. That's exactly what that shit is. So that's what I'm saying. Oh, don't end the lie. Don't end the lie. There we go. So that's what I'm saying. Kanye West is going against these niggas, and he's telling these people that I just named to free us, or wrath will come upon them. The energies is here. The ancestors is here. Our army is here, nigga, and we are waking up. The sun is waking us up and preparing us for battle. The sun is telling us, wake up, my children. The sun is God. You feel me? The sun is the real God. The planet is the goddess, the king and queen at hand here. The planet gave birth to us. The sun seeded the life onto the planet, and the planet gave birth to us through using that seed, incubating that seed that was placed into the planet. And now we being called to wake up to fight for battle, and we got backup behind us, nigga, from out the oceans and in the sky. And we've been given warnings for so long to these individuals, and we've been giving warnings to each other to wake each other up to prepare for battle, and it's coming. The time is coming. I told y'all, when December comes, the society of the whole world is going to change tremendously, drastically. The life is going to be completely different in December. When December hit, y'all going to see so much shit happen, because when 2023 comes, 2023 is the beginning of the 7-year tribulation going into 2030. Be ready, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I value everybody that came in through this bitch. I'm gonna take this video. Hopefully I can fuck around and download this video off Instagram, and then I can throw it on YouTube. And you know, this the Kanye West jump right here, you feel me? But I appreciate y'all. I value everybody that came through. I value everybody that came through and came, you know, spoke, you know, shedded some peaceful energy. You know, I value this energy exchange, giving y'all this knowledge, and y'all, you know, y'all gotta remember, when you give your energy to everything. You know, watching me, you giving me your energy, and I'm giving y'all my energy back by giving y'all the game. You see what I'm saying? Letting niggas know what's going on and spreading this knowledge and awareness to others that can't wrap their head around it. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully this can wrap people's heads around why Kanye West said what he said. You know, some people might be confused. Some people might feel like he really was wrong. Some people might, I might say, the only thing I can say is I feel like he worded it wrong. When he said, I'm going DEFCON on Jewish people, he kind of, I feel like he worded it wrong. He should have said something like, he should have said something like, the way that Jewish people move interests me. He should have said something like that. Or it's going to be like, competition or something like that. You see what I'm saying? But when he used the DEFCON, it kind of got a lot of people, because he kind of made it seem like he going to war with him or some shit like that. But nah, I don't see him as saying it wrong, but I feel like he worded it wrong. What he said wasn't wrong, but the way he worded it was. So, but I guess saying that too is still saying that he wrong. But in my opinion, I just feel like it wasn't wrong, because I get where he was coming from, and I know exactly what he means by that. And when he talking about the Jewish people, he's talking about the Jewish media. And he even says that he claims that himself as a Jew. He claims himself as a Jew. You got the darker Jews and the lighter Jews, but that's a different story for another lie. You feel me? Peace to all the gods and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses, chiefs and chiefs. Peace to all women, children, and men out there. I hope y'all have a great cosmic day, great cosmic rising through the rest of y'all day. You feel me? Make sure y'all can, keep yourself in positive energy. You feel me? And keep vibrating high. Remember, high vibrations with manifestations. One love, y'all. I'm out. I'll be back with another one.